So this is another one of those grind my button videos. I just got done watching Ghostbusters, rewatching it rather. This is the 1984 version. Um, and I want to first off before I go too much farther is I love this movie. I love it. I wouldn't change a thing about it. However, there's a few things that I found kind of I don't know what the proper word is, not frustrating. I guess it bugged me is the very opening scene. One of them is the very opening scene, right? It goes into the library, right? And it shows the librarian going, down where all the books are, and then suddenly you see all the books flying behind her, right? And if it's that ghost librarian there doing this, why would she do that? Because that's her job, right? Why would she actually mess up the organization? And I mean, I guess you could argue that she was organizing them. However, what makes me think she was on messing them up is because later she's we see her shoot the little postcard thingies out, like shooting them out, which I find weird because you would think a librarian ghost would be against that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's weird. It's a minor thing, It's just whatever. It's supposed to introduce you to what's going on, but no, I found it weird. Another thing, that I found kind of weird is it's right after the library scene, opening library scene where it goes to the um quote unquote experiment that he's doing. I say quote unquote because like it's not really an experiment. He's really just using the university's money to pick up that girl. That's what he's doing. I mean, because like he's not actually doing anything scientific. I mean, like if he was treating it fairly, yes, but he clearly isn't. He's clearly shocking the guy right or wrong because the guy showed him getting it wrong, and then he got one right, and he still got shocked. So any experiment would have gotten thrown out the window, and vice versa. He didn't shock the girl at all, and it's clearly he was trying to like pick her up, which leads me to think like he's done this before, right? So like, and it's clearly gotten complaints because there's like Venkman go to hell or whatever on his door. And then later on, the guy that from the university even calls us out. So, which leads me to believe, regardless of what their thing is, either they might have been canceled anyway. You would think, or got in trouble because of the people, how much people don't like him. You know what I mean? I don't mean to attack him, but like because I love the character, I think he's funny. It wouldn't be the Ghostbusters wouldn't be the same without him. But you see what I'm getting at though? If you look at it like critically, you know what I mean? Like I know it's supposed to be like a joke and it should be treated as such, but still, I wouldn't change the scene because like again, it was funny, but yeah, you know what I mean, right? Like I don't know, thinking critically here. The other thing I kind of find I don't know more funny um than anything is when they first start the business, they first get their customer, like an actual customer, right? They go to the hotel. They're going up the elevator, right? Vinkman says an unlicensed nuclear accelerator. Like just having those, I actually think would like just like land him in prison. Like because like an unlicensed nuclear accelerator, just anything nuclear related um, is often pretty heavily like regulated because of obvious dangerous reasons. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because like them having it unlicensed, meaning they probably built it themselves, meaning the government or anyone doesn't know they have it, and it's untested. They don't even know if it will work. It could just explode for all they know. Okay, because they you can actually go watch that scene because he said um one of them even said I wish I tested these more or got to test these or something. And he said I blame myself for not testing them more. So they're untested, unlicensed, and they're nuclear accelerators. You know, like I don't know I don't know. It's I think it's kind of funny. They're breaking quite a bit of laws there, which kind of goes back into, which kind of lead me to my other point here. The other issue I have is with the EPA agent that came in to investigate. Both side, like I've seen a lot of this, people go back and forth about this subject with the EPA agent. He's like, oh, he was actually just doing his job or whatever, and the other side is like, he's kind of a dick, right? But like, they're both kind of wrong, right? Uh, Vinkman was kind of stringing him along a little bit, and not like being very like a tiny bit rude, right? Which is fine. Like not everyone, some people like that or whatever, right? It's not a problem. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to word this properly because like he did actually go and get something, but it wasn't a warrant. It was a cease and desist, which is not a warrant. A cease and desist is basically a warning that you have that you give them, and it's like stop this or legal issues are going to happen. They don't actually have to listen to it, nor does it actually give them the right to actually stop what they're doing. Like that's what a cease and desist is. He said a cease and desist commune order, which I think is just like a cease and desist letter. I mean, I could be wrong, but like yeah, that's basically what it is. It's just like a warning. They didn't actually have any right to be on there, be on that property. Which goes to my other issue. My other point is, them actually being there is the dude should be smart enough to actually realize, hey, shutting this off might be a big no because you have at least three people saying that would be very dangerous. You shouldn't do that. It's going to cause a huge amount of problems. And the electrician that they brought, which is supposed to know stuff, right, doesn't know a thing about it. Doesn't know a thing about it. He even says, I don't even know what this is, right? He said that, and he would probably know more about the EDA agent. And the EDA agent is like, I don't care, shut it off. And the EDA is just like kind of ignored everyone, just forced him to shut it off. So like, the Ghostbusters were right, but at the same time, the EPA agent was wrong. Like EPA agent was right in the fact that like it was dangerous, it was all unlicensed or whatever, and it was actually probably no one ever all about it. The Ghostbusters were right in the fact that like he had no right being there. He shouldn't have shut it off or blah blah blah. Like there's a lot of like details here that I have a problem with because no one is actually in the right in this situation. No one's actually in the right here. Should the EPA agent shut off? No. But at the same time, the Ghostbusters is not right for actually having unlicensed material and devices and stuff on their property. Because, like, one, they had nuclear accelerators on their back, and unlicensed, and no one actually said anything about that. And two, they had, like, a grid just holding, like ghostly things that no one actually knew what it was about. no one knows the actual environmental impact it would have. I mean, like, there's actually a lot of stuff about it. I don't know. I don't know. I won't say anything further about it. Like I said, there's just a couple of things that I had a problem with that I want to just like rant about. So don't yell at me. But until then, have a good one. Bye bye.